As we step into 2025, one thing is clear: de-dollarization is not stopping, it's accelerating. China and other BRICS nations are scared of President Trump, and it's making them more determined to reduce their dependence on the US dollar and establish themselves as a global economic superpower. Their secret weapon? Gold. In fact, China resumed buying gold. And you know what's even more telling? They underreport their buy. Doesn't it make you wonder why? They recognize its global value and its ability to withstand economic shocks. Gold is a global asset with innate value. It's tangible, reliable, and it's immune to economic manipulation. China and other BRICS countries want to be prepared. They just don't want it to be known. But this isn't about nations. It's about you. In a world of shifting economic power, gold is your personal hedge against uncertainty. That's why Noble Gold Investments can help you secure your financial future with gold. Visit noblegoldinvestments.com today to learn more. And with a qualified account, receive 10 1-ounce silver American Eagle coins. That's noblegoldinvestments.com. And remember, there's always a risk of investment, and there's no guarantee of any kind. Hello, and welcome to our monthly podcast. Happy New Year, everyone, and Happy New Year, all Purium users and would-be Purium users. We have the one and only Mr. Ian Farrar joining us remotely from away from his home site in Tempe, Arizona, not too far from us here in California. He's been gracious enough to join us for our monthly update and symposium on all things Purium. So if you are new to the podcast, please do like, subscribe, and share so that others can gain in the knowledge you're being afforded. How are you doing today, good sir?
I'm doing fantastic. I've had amazing hosts. We're waking up to the most amazing cucumber juice. Then we get into our whole superfood extravaganza. So it's
Nice.
home away from home from here. So
yeah, very cool. Very cool. Well, thanks for joining us as always, Ian. I appreciate it. You and I haven't done one by ourselves for a while since we had Amy with us and, Mr. the leader himself, who can forget, right?
Dave.
Mr. Dave Sandoval. So I just thought we'd go back to basics for the new year. So we're in a typical but atypical place, right? With the new year and all the things that are happening, just politics aside. We have an unusual, obviously, and precarious set of weather circumstances, both East and West Coast, which is precipitating unusual health issues and concerns. And, I noticed over the holidays, some of my family got a little bit prematurely sick. And this is in Florida, where you wouldn't necessarily expect it. It's a different symptom. So I guess the first question would be, with regards to the ULT, the Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation, is this an appropriate time, forgetting the New Year's resolution stuff, with the aforementioned health shakeups and whatnot due to weather and other things? Would this be, in your mindset, an appropriate time to start a wholesale cleanse with the ULT?
Absolutely. I mean, it's the best time every day of the year, given what the ULT does for the human body. It gives the body the opportunity to do what it does best, which is detoxify, cleanse, and potentiate. And most people, unfortunately, are inundating themselves with the bad food thing, but there's also air that they're breathing that's pretty challenged. Okay. There's a lot of stuff going on with the air. There's a lot of stuff going on with the weather. And it's not necessarily, if you live in a cold climate that's actually making you sick, that actually lowers your immune system. And if your immune system is already compromised, then you fall victim to some of these things that are flying around. So the Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation is a program that is not centered around weight loss. If one wants to lose weight, they can achieve that, but it's really centered around resetting your metabolism and nourishing your body like never before, because most people are overfed and undernourished with the standard American diet.
Yeah, absolutely. And I just thought, I wasn't sure if there was specifically, if somebody's new to Purium, of course, I think it's always the baseline way to go. But if someone is established here, that's why I was curious to see if there's a specific time, or if it's just like get in the pool and get in when you get in type of thing.
Yeah, well, I mean, when it comes to adding other things into your life, but the ULT, the foundation of the ULT is, I use it every day. It's our super nutrient dense green food called the Power Shake. The gut microbiome product called Biomedic. That's where 70% of your immune system lives, in your gut. So most people's guts are compromised, therefore they're going to have compromised immunity. So taking our Biomedic on a daily basis, a capsule in the morning, a capsule in the evening, will help you achieve that body balance or homeostasis. So foundationally, okay, the ULT and the Daily Core 4, which is part of the ULT, is really important in today's world. Okay, we're living in a very artificial world. We're living in a very fake food oriented, on the go world. So Purium superfoods happen to be the best fast food. So if you're a trucker, you're a taxi driver, you drive Lyft, you drive Uber, you do what you do, you know,
Mhm.
having your superfoods is going to be giving your body the nutrients it needs on a daily basis because most people are lacking every day. That's why people's immune system breaks down.
Or even to your point, Ian, in the business world, or to be more precise, the sales and marketing world, which you and I came into in a previous part of our lives, you're
Yeah.
always on the go, and proper nutrition can often be challenging unless you're sitting down to a business lunch, and even then, you're not sure what you're going to get. So, yeah,
Yeah.
and then you have the new administration coming in, and as we talked about last time, RFK Jr. spearheading that gives a lot of good promotion to the healthy lifestyle transformation that
Does.
Purium has already been undergoing for quite some time.
Yeah, yeah, we've been running with that trend for a while, and it's God's blessing that
Mhm,
a man like RFK is going to be part of the new administration coming in. It's going to
mhm,
bring the consciousness to the forefront, not just kind of the standard American diet food pyramid that really feeds into the whole pharma cartel complex, if you
mhm,
want, if
mhm,
you know what I mean. I think
mhm.
I've never said it that way, but that's true. They really never get to the underlying cause. They just have repeat customers. Whereas our passion and our focus is lifestyle. And it's a lifestyle that will feed the river of life, which is your bloodstream. Okay. Most people's bloodstream is really toxic. Okay. And when one does this ultimate lifestyle transformation, every body system will work better when you give your body the opportunity to heal, recover, and cleanse.
And to add to what you're saying on the backside, Ian, absolutely. Not to mention what I call big harma, because if you take off the P,
Pharma.
that's what it is, big harmakia.
Yeah.
You're dealing with innumerable side effects, which then lead a chain of causation to others. So it's just
Yes.
this never-ending cycle, obviously on purpose.
Yes.
Now, one of the products I'm going to be ordering this month is, I go to the factory every month because I'm here.
Cool.
So it just makes sense. Not everybody has the luxury of doing that, unfortunately, but I like to introduce different products into the repertoire. And one of the ones I want to ask you about, I haven't tried it yet, but it's very timely with the cold and flu season that most Americans deal with this time of year. Vitamin C. Can you speak to the formulaicness of vitamin C and how it differs from things other people could get elsewhere?
I really can. And I'm really happy that you asked this question because we prided ourselves on a whole food plant-based vitamin C. Because if you go to a Walgreens, a CVS, or Whole Foods for that matter, or even your health food store, you're going to find a lot of products that have ascorbic acid, which is kind of like the eggshell, but it's not really the vitamin C. And most of that ascorbic acid comes from genetically modified corn, which is a no-no. So in our products, I think we have 90 milligrams of vitamin C per 3 capsules. It's less is more. The body just needs the whole food aspect of the vitamin C for it to modulate the immune system. Whereas 2,000 milligrams, 5,000 milligrams of ascorbic acid vitamin C doesn't do the same. So we pride ourselves on having a whole food approach like our zinc aid, which actually has the C from nature in it. Has the C is from camu camu and acerola. The zinc is from guava,
Mhm.
okay? And the other elements are all from natural botanicals because the human body is a very old one. And look what's changed around the human body in the past 150 years. So, there's going to be a lot of respiratory issues going on. Okay. You want to take care of your gut microbiome because, like I said, 70% of the immune system is in the gut microbiome. And you want to feed your bloodstream with these immunomodulatory elements of life, the natural things. So respiratory illness, a lot of the stuff that's starting to go around on social media, the next one, whatever it is, you were born with an immune system. And if you take care of it, because food is information. And if you're giving your body bad information, you're going to have bad immunity and bad health, if that makes sense, John.
Oh, it does. So let's back up a second, Ian, on a more microscopic level,
Yeah.
because I think some people, I know I am, would be curious of the specifics. So you talked about, the way the pyramid, and Dave's talked about it many times as well, wholly sourcing the information, the ingredients at the farm level with the least
Yeah.
amount of compromise is almost sort of uncompromising, if I heard Dave right.
Yeah.
How exactly do you harness these ingredients in a vitamin C supplement or zinc supplement to be as pure as they can and rid out impurities? What's the process of that look like?
The process is taking that fruit matter, okay, and without heat, breaking it down in a way where all the active constituents that benefit the human body are intact. Okay. So for example, whether it be freeze drying or just leaving it out to dry in like 85 degrees, a lot of the active constituents that modulate one's body in a positive direction aren't disturbed. We do this with our green foods. We do this with a lot of our whole food botanicals because when heat is introduced, a lot of the active constituents, the elements of life that help modulate, are destroyed. Enzymes are destroyed. So we have a powdered product line. A lot of our powders are in a state where they haven't been denatured. When you add water, it lyophilizes. So when you take our whole, our vitamin C, like before I go on a plane, I'm taking our C from nature and I'm taking our Zinc 8 because there's lots of recirculated air.
Mm,
A lot of people have compromised immune systems. I have a very strong immune system, but I'm not Superman. So on my flight here, I prepared my body, prior to the flight. And even on the flight, I'm taking various things to support my body's immune system on a 4-hour flight. If it's on an hour flight, it's still an hour flight where I'm sharing air with everybody. Because like
yeah.
I said, there's going to be a lot of respiratory illness, especially what's going on in Southern California right now. A lot of
Mhm.
unfortunate circumstances have happened.
Yep.
So you have the smoke, and what consists of that smoke? Well, a lot of the houses that unfortunately are no longer there, a lot of that smoke has already dissipated somewhere else. Someone else has to breathe it. So the particulate, a lot of the chemical compounds in that air are still going to exist. I mean,
Right, you.
Dave Sandoval called me a little while ago because he knows we're going to have a big event, and there's going to be an amazing product that we're going to be launching that all of your subscribers are going to want to hear about, that actually helps drop out of the body. It's a liquid substance called black mica that actually locks onto a lot of the impurities that are in the air, because whatever you breathe turns into your
Mm.
blood, and your organ systems have to deal with it. So immune system is not just vitamin C. Vitamin C is a facilitator of modulating the immune system. And I love talking about this because,
Yeah.
without air, we can't survive, okay, for a few minutes. Water, we could go for a longer period of time. Food, we could go for even a long period of time. But your air is really important. So these respiratory illnesses that are going to happen don't need to happen in the majority of people if they pay attention to a lot of the foundational principles that I'm speaking to you about now.
When is that black mica product coming available?
Very soon, Mr. Jon Dowling, and we're incredibly excited about it. I was actually on a leadership call. We actually had it part of our line over 10 years ago, but there was some bad press from an influencer because of some financial stuff, but it wasn't
Mm.
necessarily about the product, the active constituents, and what it does. Japan's been using it a long time. It has tremendous benefit. We're talking zeroing out glyphosate in water and food. We're talking about
As we enter 2025, de-dollarization is accelerating. China and BRICS nations are reducing their dependence on the US dollar, and their secret weapon? Gold. China's buying gold, quietly underreporting their purchases. Why? Because they know gold's global value, its ability to withstand economic shocks, and its immunity to manipulation. This isn't just about nations, it's about you. Gold is your personal hedge against uncertainty. Noble Gold Investments can help you secure your financial future with gold. Visit noblegoldinvestments.com now, and with a qualified account, receive 10 1-ounce silver American Eagle coins. Remember, there's a risk of investment, and there's no guarantee of any kind.
every known carcinogen, it pretty much drops out of your water, which will do wonderful things inside your body. It will potentiate everything that we consume. So that's coming very soon. And in our future shows, that's something I definitely want to highlight when it launches, because every human being needs it. You just add a few drops to your water a day and you're good.
Maybe that's something we could talk about next month, or you can show the product, because I just traveled back about a
Well,
week and a half ago, as you know, from Florida, and I dealt with, on a 5.5 hour flight, a lot of recirculated air, and not to mention artificially cold air at that. So it was a perfect storm.
yes, yes. So it's just like my preparations. I always have my little container of products.
Mm.
I head back tomorrow, and I'm going to be taking stuff just to really support my body and my immune system. I've met a lot of stewardess, and flight attendants that, have their preparations too, because they're becoming more conscious because
It's good.
you're exposing yourself to a lot of radiation too. You're closer to the sun.
Good point. No, that's a valid point. If you'll indulge me a second, Ian, on a personal level,
Yeah.
this is an important podcast for me because this marks the 1 year anniversary that I've been with Purium,
Awesome.
thanks to you.
Blessing.
So, yeah. So it's been this, we've for the last year, you and I have been. Our channel is obviously, primarily financial, but one of my other channel founders, Chris, who started this channel, is really making a concerted effort this year on health and wellness. And as you've
Yeah.
always said, health is wealth.
Yes.
So something you and I have been talking about for the greater part of a year. And so I just realized in the calendar, hey, this is a 1 year anniversary. I've been with Purium and I've seen nothing but great results right from the onset with ULT that we did that you worked with me on.
Yeah.
But ever since subsequently, I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't believe in the product and its benefits. How not so much it could benefit me, but it can benefit
Everyone.
society and the community as a whole. So it's just a personal acknowledgement there.
Yeah, that's wonderful. In fact, I messaged back and forth with Chris, because I saw one of his videos and I said, every day you have the opportunity to make an impact. It's not just New Year's resolutions here. Folks,
Yeah.
listen, this is the rest of your life. Okay.
Mm.
And the standard American diet, unfortunately, is feeding into a lot of these human creation diseases. Okay. It's standard American diet deficiency syndrome. Did you hear the way I put that together?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So all these things feed into a system that does not get you better. Your decisions on a daily basis will get you better. And Dave and Amy, the co-founders of Purium, are committed. Their mission is to help end human suffering, but we could end it by making the right decisions. We can make it by ending the cycle of poor decision making around what you put in your system.
100%. 100%. So are there any specific products that you have with you today remotely that you want to touch on that you think would be relevant to what we've discussed?
Um, Not specifically. I like, for example, I normally have my full regimen, my
Sure.
products at my home base. I
Right.
brought some in a little container, but my host, my generous host, Isaac Chacon, he is a Purium brand partner. So there were things here that I use daily, and we've been
Sure.
making, quite the, morning smoothies. In fact, my smoothie this morning was an avocado, water, and our dark dairy protein and
Yep.
spirulina, because spirulina is a primordial food. Spirulina has been on the planet for over 4 billion years. The Aztecs used it, the Incas used it. It actually helps modulate your immune system, but it's the B vitamin it's the multivitamin of green foods. So if one is taking a multivitamin, which is an isolated nutrient compound in a tablet, and you switch over to spirulina, your body is going to resonate with the chlorophyll and everything that spirulina has in it versus a Centrum or even a store-bought vitamin. I mean, there's some good lines out there, but it's just dead packed into a tablet. This opens up into the body and gives the body the life force.
Not to mention, Ian, in those big chains, you don't know how long it's been sitting around for, whereas with Purium, the quality control and the timeline is much more regulated and regimented, right? So
Yeah. Yeah,
you want to
absolutely.
introduce Isaac to everybody real quick?
Yeah,
If you want to come
yeah.
on.
Hey, everybody. This
Hey
is
guys.
a major health ranger here, Isaac Chacon. He's been in my life for the past 4 years, made an impact on lots and lots of people in his coming up on what 14-year career
Yeah.
in wellness.
And sorry, folks, Purium's great, but it's not going to make you look like him. I just got to put it up front. That does not come standard. But Isaac, I understand you just hit a milestone. I saw you indirectly at the Purium Forum in LA a couple months ago, so I'm sorry we didn't get to connect, but glad we are here. But you just reached a level of diamond, which is pretty awesome. You want to share anything about your testimony, how you came to Purium?
Yeah, man, absolutely. Thanks so much for having me on, and thanks everyone who's listening in right now and listening to this replay. Really appreciate you guys' time. Name's Isaac Chacon from Fort Collins, Colorado. Been in network marketing for a little over 10 years now. Really found a home about 4 years ago, though, in Purium. I took about a 4-year break from the industry because I was sick and tired of not everything being up to my standards, right, when it came to purity, quality, and really servant-based leadership behind the product within the company. So once I found that within Purium, I really just anchored down and buckled down and decided that the whole world needed to know about this transformation. After being on the products for about 3 days, I decided that I needed to become a brand partner, start sharing Purium with the world. hit executive pretty quickly, kind of took a rest there for a while and didn't really push the business hard. Last year hit Diamond. That was a lot of fun. Got to meet you at Diamond Club. Just re-hit Diamond again. Now we're creating a bunch of new directors out here in Phoenix. Got 3 directors out here right now. That's why Ian flew in. We got a 50-person event tonight at the top of this penthouse. Troy Casey's going to come join us as well. He's 5-star crown. It's going to be a lot of fun. You know, we're creating culture and community about healing people from the inside out, because we've all been doused with all these toxins that came to dinner, that came to our the air we breathe, that came to the water that we drink. And so we're just getting rid of all these toxins, and getting what's supposed to be fueling this beautiful. Every single one of us have beautiful bodies. Every single one of us have beautiful Bugattis that want to be running on premium fuel if you consciously make the decision to fuel it with premium fuel. But right now, you don't look and feel like a Bugatti, some of you, because you've been unconsciously or subconsciously making the decision to be giving yourself standard, to be giving yourself the regular unleaded when it wants premium. So upgrade your fuel, realize that you are worth it. And when you start feeding that you are worth it, you're going to start feeling like that. And when you start feeling like that, you're going to start acting like that, And when you start acting like that, your results are going to be higher and your self-esteem is going to be higher. And that is going to only compound upon itself to be a catalyst to your growth in your life this year in 2025. Look, keep up so you can be kept up.
Nice.
Keep up.
Well said. Well said, Isaac. Thank you. Is there any, what was the first product, real quick, Isaac, when you started with Purium that kind of was a catalyst or made the difference for you?
Really, it was Biomedic. Biomedic was the first thing, because I knew that there was a toxin that turned off my feeling within my legs, that inside of this food that I was eating, that I didn't understand what it was, and it was the difference between organic and inorganic food. And so Biomedic was really the first product that really opened my mind and made me know that the whole world needed to have this, because there was a gentleman who RFK helped earn 5 million, 500 million maybe, in earnings, or however much Bayer had to pay him, because he's an employee for Roundup and he got non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, and Bayer had to pay him out like 400 million or something like that. And this is the same pesticide that Biomedic helps us all detoxify from, glyphosate. So you get the Biomedic in your system, you remove the toxin that you didn't know was there, with the difference between organic and inorganic. And that'll truly open your mind, and you'll start to really see we are a product of how clean our organs are from these toxins that we've all been doused in, that we didn't choose to be doused in.
Correct.
Well said. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I noticed too, Isaac, when I took the Biomi a year ago, I told Ian, within a day and a half, I started noticing the system internally churning, and I was like, okay, it's already doing its job. So I know exactly what you mean with that. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, you know, there was like some movement that I felt in like the bottom left of my gut that I hadn't felt in like 2 years. I was like, the hell?
Yeah.
That's that thing. Okay, people need to know about this. And then I did the cleanser the next month, and yeah, it was just really opened my mind.
I think you're right, because if I remember, I was walking one day in my field walk, and I think it was the bottom left, as a matter of fact. So I think you're absolutely right. Yeah, that definitely hit that. Go ahead.
Cleansing is not something that our society does normally. Our society does not teach to cleanse seasonally or annually. Our society teaches to go to the hospital and get written a prescription. But if you cleanse seasonally or annually, allopathic medicine is irrelevant more often than not when it comes to prescribing us medicine, or pharmakia or harmakia.
Pharmakia.
He's a good listener. I like that.
Yeah, I like that. That's a Johnny D-ism.
Well, actually, my friend John G came up with that. I stole that, but it did stick. So I'll give him full credit for that. But yeah, it all correlates.
Hey, John, listen, wait. I got to compliment you before we go forward. Great hair today.
Oh, thanks. It's just a haircut. My stylist does a good job, but thank you for that. He's got the winning hair though. I'm jealous of him.
Come on, I'm just trying to keep up with you guys.
Mutual Admiration Society over here. I love it. As we finish up, and I want to respect your gentleman's time, and this is a correlation to Ian for Isaac as well, something that we always do, Isaac, if you're not familiar. Ian, as we go through where people can find the products and the referral code, we'll get to that. I wanted to engage you, Isaac, in this process. When you started, because I think people need to hear from somebody other than us, somebody like you who was, came into it green, so to speak. How important was the 30-minute consultation when you started to helping get you on your pathway to health?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, you got to be able to know what the problem is. You gotta know what the issue is that you're dealing with in the first place, so that the need can be met. And then when you know how to fill that need, whatever products that they need, man, it's absolutely foundational. Absolutely foundational. You gotta have that. What's the problem? So we can find the issue and fix the issue. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, folks, we as we conclude with Ian and Isaac, if you're using the product, great. We obviously recommend you keep using it, and thank you for our loyal patrons for that. If you're new and you're checking it out in this new year, please do go to as in the letter I, shoppurium.com, and you can use my code JD Health. And what that will do, as Ian knows, is it'll entitle you to $50 off the first order over $75, or 25% off anything over $199 for, like the example, the package of the Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation, which is basically your reset kit. And please, please, please take advantage of Ian's free consultation, because time is money. He gives you a guidebook. He'll give you phone consultation. He'll even call you back to follow up, because how you start this journey is really sort of the foundational pathway that kind of determines what level of success and discipline you're going to have with the products. So as we close, Ian, Isaac, any final words you have for the audience today?
Like I said, keep up so you can be kept up. Out in nature, okay, if you fall behind the line, you get eaten. If you fall behind the line of your pack, you get eaten by whoever's following your pack.
Right. And
keep up so that the pack can make sure that you're taken care of.
Yeah.
So you can be kept up.
And what I'll add to this, you find your freedom within your discipline. If you're not disciplined, you're not going to be free. And your relationship with your body and your food is really important. I mean, people tend to have it in the backseat. So if you want to win in life, be in the front seat.
Yeah, really what you're saying, what you guys are saying is mindset is key to complementing the products. That's really one begets the other. So yeah, I'm totally on board with that. Yep. Well, Isaac and Ian, thank you guys for joining the podcast. We appreciate it for this rare occasion. God bless everyone. Thank you for tuning in, and we look forward to seeing you again, God willing, next month.
Awesome.
All right, take care.